Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Thank you so much for coming back if you've been here before. So this is going to be an April 2022 forecast, and it's kind of a little late because, it's going to go up around April 10th, April 11th. So we're kind of 10, 11 days in as this goes up, but I wanted to do it anyways. So it's going to be a little bit on the quicker side, hopefully. I have picked cards for career, romance, general cards. We're going to be taking a look at your theme for the month, your challenges and your blessings, as well as what to let go of for this month, what to surrender this month as you move forward. So, as always, we're going to have three piles. Pile number one is going to be this Agate Moon. Pile number two is this Rose Quartz Spider. And pile number three is the Obsidian Snake. You can probably tell these are my favorite crystals. So, also on Instagram right now, go check it out. There's some voting happening about the next pick a card reading, whether I should do an Addams Family themed reading or a Sailor Moon, because I have cards for both of those that I want to use. So let me know. Go to Instagram or just let me know in the comments below. But take a few minutes to pause the video if you need to. Ask yourself, higher self, angels, guides, whoever it is that you want to work with, which pile or piles have a message for you. And let's get started. Hello, pile number one. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to this Agate Moon with the druzy there. I'm going to put that over here. Hopefully you can, right there. So we are going to be looking at April 2022 theme, challenges, blessings, what to let go of, some romance cards, some career finance cards. We're going to try to get as much information as possible. This is going to be a forecast, so it's not meant to be predictions as much as it's meant to give you some information, some advice, some assistance, and as a reminder, as always, it's a general reading. Take it as it resonates. If it doesn't resonate, do not force it to fit. So let's take a look here. So first card we have is going to be the theme for the month, and we have the Six of Pentacles. Then we have the challenges, which we have the Strength card for this pile, and the blessing is going to be Justice. We're going to take a look at what to surrender in a minute, but let's get started with the Six of Pentacles as to, what is the theme for you for the month? Now, when I see the Six of Pentacles, the first thing that comes to me is balance, right? Making sure that you are balanced in how you are spending your energy, your time, where you are, investing your energy, your time, your money, yourself. What are you doing with your energy, and how can you be more balanced? How can you be more balanced in how you approach the expenditure of your energy? And again, what is energy? Energy is your attention, your money, everything that you have is all about energy, because ultimately finances, money is energy. But, definitely a month of finding balance in what you give, what you take. But I'm also getting a message here, the Six of Pentacles is a card of gratitude. So making sure that for April 2022, keep it grateful, right? Pile number one, keep it, check in with yourself and look at what you are focusing on, if possible, for this month or for the remainder of the month. Maybe work with a gratitude journal. Maybe have some sort of gratitude practice where you wake up every day and you kind of check in with yourself and where you are at and what you are grateful for. Kind of change your mindset towards what you are grateful for, and be open to give. But also, my pile number ones, for the month of April and just in general, be open to receiving, because I feel like some of my pile number ones, you may struggle when it comes to receiving. You may be my givers, but you may also struggle with, somebody wanting to give to you. So, again, something about making sure that you are investing your time, your energy, your money into things that are in alignment with you and what you want. Now let's talk about the challenge, because for the challenge we have the strength card, and that's a very interesting challenge because the strength is usually about courage, inner strength, being able to keep your cool, being calm, being graceful, that sense of self, of being in tune with the higher self, with what it means to be in alignment with the higher self. But we have it here as the challenge. And then we have two majors for April 2022 for my pile ones, right? We have the challenge and then we have the blessing coming your way. Both majors. We have strength as the challenge, which is usually speaks of, when we have changes of, strength as a challenge, we're usually talking about blockages with fear, about some sort of self-doubt, about kind of the lizard brain, the lizard part of the brain taking over, where it's kind of like that inner doubt, that self, questioning yourself and your decisions, and wanting to exercise control over yourself and sometimes even other people. So there's almost a sense of one of your challenges being some fears and self-doubt coming up in April 2022. Kind of feeling a little bit insecure, feeling like, a little bit extra harsh on yourself, feeling out of tune, maybe feeling a bit impulsive, because I am getting a little bit of impulsivity with this card here, feeling a little bit impulsive about your actions. And then we have justice as your blessing, as, your gift for the month. And what's interesting is that we have justice, which is about, Libra energy here, which is all about balance. It's about karma, and karma is not good or bad. It's cause and effect. It just says what you have, you will reap what you have sown, right? So it's similar to the Six of Pentacles, because the Six of Pentacles is also all about balance. So there is a gift of an opportunity to tap into balance and to kind of even this out. But I do think for some of you, there will be a struggle when it comes to, self-doubt and impulsivity. One thing I want to say, because we have the Six of Pentacles here and we have strength as the challenge, be mindful with your money in April 2022. It's not a month to spend all crazy. It's also probably not the best month to invest in something that is over your budget. What I mean by that is, you want something like something that you would maybe have to use a credit card for or get a loan for. Really think about that. I'm not saying don't do it, but I'm saying be mindful with your money. Be mindful with your impulses and with what you do. It's a good month to sit back, check in with yourself before you take action. Maybe, especially I keep getting this for buying things. Like maybe I want to buy this brand new, whatever it is. Let me ask myself, do I need it? Why do I want to buy it? Is it going to set me back? Is it why? Get to the bottom of the why. And maybe again, just kind of step back and come back to it the next day. But with justice as the gift, right? As that blessing coming in. There's this, if you have any legal matters coming in, or anything happening in the legal sphere, I have to say it's probably going to go, I don't want to necessarily say it's going to go in your favor, because I think that's the case for most of you. But remember, justice is you get what you deserve. So it will be a just outcome is what I'm getting. I think for most of you that's a good thing, but I always have to leave that open. But there's also this sense of kind of being able to reconnect to yourself and kind of hold yourself accountable. And I think that for some of you, if you struggle with wanting to control things, but also kind of acting out of impulse, April 2022 is going to kind of give you some more balance. For some of you, money matters are going to get better this month. If you've been struggling with your finances, it's going to get better. For someone here, there could be an opportunity for a promotion coming in. But really, again, not the best month for impulse right? Not the best month to be spontaneous and just kind of go out and do whatever it is that strikes your fancy. Be mindful this month. And with justice here, also kind of gaining a sense of perspective for some of you on something that's been happening. There's some truth coming in, some realization. Let's take a look at what needs to be surrendered for April 2022. Look at this, surrender to joy. A key to positive change in your life is to let joy in and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling. During both the hard and easy times, keep surrendering to more joy. I like it. Because I do think that I do think April is going to have a little bit of some heavy energy, or at least coming into April, there was some heaviness around this. So definitely make sure that you're making time and space for joy. Let's take a look at the astrological influences here for this pile. Lunar eclipse with change. I love it. Definitely some change coming in here. And I think that for my pile number ones, you've been trying to create change. I really do feel that. I do feel you've been trying to create change. For some of you, what's changing is how you are going about things. That sense of being more balanced. And one thing that I just noticed is look at the scales here. Look at the scales there. This pile may have heavy Libra energy. So Libra, sun, moon, rising, whatever it is, some Libra in your chart. But I do think that even if you don't have Libra, it's the Libra energy that's here, right? That sense of sometimes feeling indecisive. And that's kind of what I got. Like, there's a sense of, I don't always know what to do. So I kind of, I'm prone to being impulsive. And I relate to that. So keep that in mind, but definitely some change is coming in. And Six of Pentacles and surrender to joy. Make sure that you're making time for joy, for lightheartedness, for, recharging, doing something for yourself, self-care, self-love. Let's take a look at the animal that we have here for the month for you. Meerkat with get support from a trusted group of like-minded friends. Yeah, definitely working with others, getting support from others. Especially if you're feeling overwhelmed, reach out to your friend group, reach out to friends, family, your support system. And we do have that Six of Pentacles. I think for some of you, there's going to be an opportunity for someone to help you with something. And it could also be you helping them, but there's kind of this exchange. Pile number one, be open to accepting help. There's no shame in that. Let's take a look at the goddess that we have here for my pile number ones for the month. We have Calliope with elocution, with your words have power, use them with clear intent. Yeah, absolutely. Because we have justice here, Libra energy, very well represented, which is all about Taurus, Libra, Venus energy. Which is all about truth. It's an air sign, right? So definitely your words have power. Use them with intent, with clear intent. For some of you, whatever you are manifesting it, speak it into existence this month. Use your words to speak it into existence. One reminder here for April 2022 is with justice here as the blessing. It means that not only what's happening in April 2022 is coming to you with a just outcome, it also means that what you do is it's going to come back to you. So, be mindful of that. What actions you want to take. And make sure that they're in alignment with your truth and who you are. Let's take a look at finances. We have offering. The universe will meet your needs. Consider having a money altar. Call upon your spirit guides and angels to assist you during this time. So for some of you, you may be trying to manifest more money. For me, this is kind of reading in the sense of, for most of you, things are going to be kind of same old when it comes to money, in the sense of you're going to have enough. I don't see I don't see any loss. I don't see any significant gain either. But for some of you, there is an opportunity here to kind of work on your money as far as like money magic, you know, doing something for money on your altar, making sure that you're asking, but also understanding that, again, justice. If you're worried about money with justice here as the blessing and then offering here, it's going to be okay. It may be tight for some of you, but it's going to be okay. Let's take a look at romance. Let's see what we have here. Chemistry, there's a strong magnetic attraction here. We're going to talk about that in a minute. And very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. All right, so my pile number ones. If you are single, it's possible that I'm going to be honest. I don't see someone coming in April 2022 for most of you. It could be true for one or two of you. Take it as it resonates. But I do feel that this is a month where you are being asked to get clear about what it is that you want. For some of you, that theme, that Six of Pentacles theme, is also about bringing yourself into balance so that you can get what you want. Now, what's interesting is we have Calliope here, and it says your words have power, use them with clear intent. And then this says clearly decide on what it is that you want. You also have justice here. So for some of you, and you have lunar eclipse with change, it's a month to decide what it is that you want to change so that you can create that change. Now with chemistry, I do think there is someone that can come in that you have chemistry with, a strong attraction with. But I think that this is also kind of just a reminder to work with yourself, to balance yourself out, and that you can have whatever it is that you want. Some of you are working with the law of attraction. Some of you are actively manifesting this month. Use it because there's change. For some of you during the Aries new moon, you were trying to manifest something and it's coming in. Again, it may not come in exactly this month, but it's kind of, it's working its way in. If you are in a relationship, for some of you, there's kind of a need to re-spark the connection. And I'm also getting, if you are in a relationship, some of you need to get clear about what there may have to be a talk. Like you may have to talk to your person, talk some things out. Feels like for some of you, the chemistry doesn't feel as strong. So there may be a need to kind of reconnect and make an effort to reconnect. Ouch, I'm trying to pick these cards. There we go. All right, let's see self-care for the month. Aromatherapy. So again, for some of you, relaxing, you know, working with some aromatherapy, maybe some lavender because we have that there. Some peppermint. If you're having headaches, peppermint is coming in strongly. Some citrus, some flower essences. Some of you for flower, working with the flower, not only flower essences or essential oils, but also flowers on your altar. Having actual flowers in the home as well is coming in. Plants for others of you. And then we have deep breathing. Very interesting because we have deep breathing and we have aromatherapy. Both about kind of, you know, breathing in, kind of working with the lungs, kind of grounding yourself, right? Because deep breathing is all about grounding, connecting, being fully present, working with the senses. Some of you spending time just kind of being, you know, because we have both of them, they're just kind of sitting. Using their senses and being fully present would be very helpful for the month. And then we have story of my life. As I tell myself the story of what's happening in my life, I choose to make it the kind of story where even the tough parts have a sort of inner beauty. Have a sort of inner beauty. That was bad. It's ultimately a happy story where every character, no matter how wicked, is doing their best. And let me tell you, it'll be worth it when I earn the Pulitzer Prize for Best Inner Monologue. Yeah, it's that sense that you're kind of working with like beliefs. You're working on balancing yourself out and on getting clear about what you want and then using that to get to where you want to be. And again, don't be afraid to ask other people for help or accept, even for some of you, like if you're looking for a job or something like that, network, talk to people. So we have gentleness. I speak with gentleness and I listen with gentleness. I align with the gentlest part of myself and I take joy in being receptive, open, and unafraid. I am like a baby deer who's best friends with a baby elephant. The baby elephant wraps its little trunk around my shoulders and we lie down gently on the grass, daydreaming and talking about what sorts of humans the clouds look like. Lovely. So, April 2022, it does feel like again, be gentle with yourself. Kind of take a break. One thing that's coming in with deep breathing and aromatherapy, if you're feeling extra impulsive, take a break, focus on the breath, and then move forward. This is definitely a month where pausing, reflecting, and then acting is going to be encouraged for my pile number ones. All right, pile number one. That is all I have for you. If you like the video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let me know what you thought in the comment section. Let me know what you'd like to see next. I'm sending you so much love, so many blessings, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hello, pile number two. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the rose quartz spider there. We're going to put it right over there. As a reminder, it's a general reading. It's also called a forecast because it's not going to be so much about predictions as it is about giving you information you can use. And I do know it is a little late in the month, but we're still going to do it. Hopefully it helps you. But, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know yourself best. Do not try to make it fit if it does not fit. So we have a card for the theme, a card for the challenge, and a card for the blessing. Let's start with the theme. The Empress. Okay, pile number two. We have some abundance coming in, some self-care. This sense of, I almost feel like this sense of peace, because look at her eyes. She's like eyes closed, like she's fanning herself. She's chilling, relaxing. Everything is okay. Challenge with the Magician. Very interesting. See what the blessing. Okay. I love it when this happens where we have a seemingly, right, positive card. There is no positive or negative card in tarot. It's all just information, but there are cards that are seen as positive, and this is like one of those. And then we have this card that's usually seen as like more of the scary card, as the blessing. So I love the energy. But let's talk about the Empress. Let's continue to talk about the Empress first as your theme for the month. So for the month of April 2022, the Empress is all about just kind of self-care, self-love, creation, manifestation. When we see the Empress, typically the Empress is a woman who is expecting, right? She's usually depicted as a pregnant woman. And that represents, all of the creation that is possible, right? All of the giving birth to life, all of the manifestation that is possible, as well as love, right? Because, usually pregnancy is like full of, expectation, love, and all of those good things. So for April 2022, for my pile number twos, we have the Empress representing this. So this is my pile number twos this month. This is you kind of sitting in that energy of abundance and creation. For many of you, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for manifesting and moving forward and creating abundance. And I don't just mean abundance in the financial sense. This is spiritual, this is emotional, this is tangible abundance. There's also this sense of being connected to your creativity or having an opportunity, right? Because it's all about the opportunities. There's an opportunity to connect to your creativity, to your innovative side, right? Coming up with new ways of doing things, coming up with new ideas, coming up with new dreams, new hopes, new ideas of what you want to create, manifest, new goals, if you will. There's also a connection to the divine feminine here to have the Empress show up as the theme, right? Very receptive energy. And that's why we kind of see, we see this beautiful cow here and like her eyes are closed and she just looks like she's like receptive, allowing things to happen. Everything is good in her neighborhood. So then we have the Magician as the challenge, right? And that's an interesting thing to see. But it makes sense to me, and I will tell you why it makes sense. Because the blessing, the challenge, and the Empress, right, the theme are all connected. So the Magician as a challenge is all about your unused potential. It's about fear and not wanting to tap in out of fear, or not realizing what your gifts, what your potential, what everything that you possess is. And it's kind of that energy of, blocked creativity. But we have the theme here is creativity. But the challenge is, for some of you, you feel blocked. For some of you, you're trying to step into this Empress energy, but you feel blocked. You feel like you're unable to tap in, or for some of you, you're even unaware of how truly gifted you are and everything that you have to offer. For some of you, you doubt yourself a lot. You may be comparing yourself to other people and to what other people are doing. And then we have the blessing. And the blessing is the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is a card of, it's a mental prison, right? It's this energy of, no matter what, I can't find a way out. And it's represented by her being blindfolded and tied. And she's surrounded by the swords, but in reality, if she were to dare to take some steps forward, she could probably find help because there's nothing blocking her way. And it just goes to kind of enforce that this is her feeling like she is trapped, like there's no way out. But in reality, if she were to try, she would be able to get out of there. So the blessing in the Eight of Swords for my pile number 2s is that even though you're feeling stuck, even though you're feeling blocked creatively, there is a blessing here, an opportunity for you to break free, for you to unveil the truth, if you will, for you to remove that blindfold and remove that rope and free yourself. And there's an opportunity for you to let go of an old story. But in order to do that, you're going to have to turn this challenge into part of the blessing. And the Magician is all about being able to create, having all of the resources. And for my pile number 2s, the message here is you have exactly what it takes to break free from this. For some of you, there's a narrative, there's a belief that you've been telling yourself, or someone has been telling you, that you have bought, that isn't even who you truly are, that's actually holding you back. And there's an opportunity to break free from it this month, to let go of that old story, to choose your freedom, to choose healing, to choose what you are going to create. It's almost like for my pile number 2s, and I say this respectfully, you are getting out of your own way, or you have the opportunity to get out of your own way this month. And that's not easy, but you can do it, and you can especially do it this month, because that's kind of what's coming up for this pile. Let's take a look at what needs to be surrendered. That's crazy. I don't see the cards before you do, but wow. Okay. Surrender your belief in scarcity. The universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance. And what is the Empress? What is your theme for the month? It's abundance. It's creativity. In this way, you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. And what is the Eight of Swords? It's blocks, right? And what is the Magician? It's the ability to manifest, to create. I love it. I think we could, honestly, we could probably end this here and you would get your message and we would, because that's perfect right there. Some of you definitely have a belief that there isn't enough, that you are not enough, that something is lacking, that no matter what, you're going to end up in the same place. There's almost a confirmation bias happening here with that. Let's take a look at the astrological influences that are going to be in your life this month First house, the body. And the first house is also the self, right? The I am. The first house is the personality. The first house is how we show up in the world. When we think about the first house, it's also the ascendant, the rising sign, right? So one thing that I say to people is, we always talk about the sun sign, but what we typically see when we meet someone, when we interact with someone, is their rising sign. It's their ascendant, and that's the first house. It's the personality, it's how they show up, it's the mask that the person wears, and we all wear a mask. So for my pile number 2s, you are working with the fundamentals of who you are, how you show up in this world, how you want to be seen, how you want to be received in April 2022. And I love it for you. I absolutely love this energy for you. Some of you look at what your rising sign is, and also look at any transits happening this month in your first house. Let's look at the animal coming in for this pile. This is crazy. Ooh, this is crazy. These are all just perfectly tying in together. Peacock, let yourself stand out and be noticed. First house, how we show up in the world, how we allow ourselves to be seen, right? Okay, do that. Okay. All right, pile number 2. You are definitely, some of you are sick and tired of being in this energy. Some of you are sick and tired of feeling like you are not making progress. Some of you are sick and tired of looking around you and feeling like you're the only one that's not getting anywhere. And you're so sick of it that you're starting to make changes. How you show up in the world, April 2022, you have the opportunity to change that. And I love this for you, and I hope that you take this opportunity. Let yourself stand out and be noticed. Forget what everybody else thinks. Forget what the expectation of you is. April 2022 is where you start. This is just the beginning, where you start to step into your power. And for some of you, you're already working on this. And this is kind of you moving forward and taking the next step on this journey. But peacock energy, don't be afraid to stand out. Don't be afraid to take up space. Show up, be who you are, be seen. Let's see what goddess we have here for you for the month. Elos, generosity with give and you shall receive. Give and you shall receive. Again, balance. Very interesting. You may have been drawn to a different pile. If you were, you may want to check it out. But give and you shall receive, right? Show up. Take space. Give. Take back. Some of you, you've been working on this. It's your time to break free from this. And you are my magician, pile number 1. Sorry, pile number 2. I don't know why I say pile number 1. Pile number 2, you are my magician. You have what it takes. Again, for many of you, and I'm saying this as respectfully as I can, it's about getting out of your own way. And you're doing that this month. Let's take a look at your money, career, finances here. Planner. Pay attention to detail and create a plan to grow your business or personal finances. Careers and event planning, project manager, or professional organizer could be for you. This is a great time to take financial inventory and see what needs changing. With generosity here and planner, definitely a good month to make some improvements. Again, I think that this is going through many different areas of your life. Like for some of you, it's almost like you have a business or you're in a job, a career, and you won't advocate for yourself. You're afraid to speak up. You're afraid to be seen. And I feel like that's changing. But pay attention to details when it comes to your finances, right? To your career. But also don't be afraid to, especially if you have a business, don't be afraid to market yourself more or to create some sort of business plan if you've been thinking about it. Like this is the month where creativity, creation, right? Abundance, it's all about that. So this is a month where like if you have a business plan that you need to write out, this is the month to start it, to work on it, to finish it. because you have the ability to create. Invest in yourself. Let's take a look at romance and what we have with the romance angels. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. If you are single, you could be working on calling in a soulmate. For some of you, this person, you may meet someone this month. I feel like you're going to start to call them in. For about half of you, I don't think there's someone coming in necessarily this month. But I do think this is about you manifesting. Work with Venus, Aphrodite, especially if you are trying to manifest a soulmate, a romance relationship. And then flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Definitely a month to kind of work with that lighthearted energy. Put yourself out there. You know, be open to connecting with people. And again, for some of you, if you're single, with this first house and this peacock, if you are single, don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Because I feel like not only in relationships, but in general, this pile, it's almost like you may buy some clothes like you want to stand out. And then when it comes to wearing them, you end up wearing like something that's going to not get you noticed. Like it feels like for some of you in this pile, you really don't like attention or being noticed, but that's kind of changing. And April 2022 is giving you an opportunity to change that. If you are in a relationship, you know, do some flirting, go on some dates. I don't feel major changes coming for those that are in a relationship. But definitely kind of going on dates, reconnecting, spending time together, having some fun. Take a look at self-care for the month for you. Chanting. So working with affirmations, chanting. We have the there. For some of you, it could be yoga. Because I'm definitely noticing that they appear to be on yoga mats. And watch a movie. I was going to say, it was interesting. I was going to say, like, maybe go to the movies together. Only because I got movie tickets not that long ago. So I thought that was why. But if you're in a relationship, maybe go watch a movie together. If you're not in a relationship, maybe go watch a movie. Definitely relax. Give yourself some balance, especially because there's a lot happening, right? This month, you're working through some heavy things. So generosity is also about balance, right? Give and take. That Six of Pentacles energy, if you will. So give yourself a break. Connect to your spiritual self. Take some time out. Yeah, meditation, yoga, chanting is coming in with those two cards. Let's see what the final two messages are. We have vitality. I am healthy and vital and strong. My radiant love of life fills me with healthy, vital, and strong cells. Each cell is a warrior. Everyone has its own sword and shield. I dare you to try and penetrate my cellular army. Didn't think so, champ. Chump. Not champ, chump. And then we have, don't take it personally. If someone starts to speak unkindly to me, I'll remember that they've got something going on that has nothing to do with me. Like maybe they just poop their pants. Yeah, that's probably it. And I think that this don't take it personally and like this speaking of unkindness, I think some of you have a very critical self-talk, especially with that Eight of Swords. And I kind of think that there's almost a need to observe your thoughts and kind of disconnect. The Magician is all about that, you know, that Mercury energy, communication, how we not only take in information, how we give information, that internal landscape, that internal connection to self and what happens, like that internal dialogue, right? So, pile number 2. Also, I just noticed this. I choose the I guess options separately, and the spider is all about the divine feminine and creation and like weaving things together. And then you had the Empress as your theme of the month. I like it. So for some of you, in addition to the peacock, definitely working with the spider as a spirit animal for the month. But pile number 2, That is all I have for you. If you like the video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share it if you think it's worth sharing. Let me know what you thought in the comments section. I love hearing from you. If you have constructive feedback, I would love to hear it. Don't just be mean to me, please. And yeah, I hope to talk to you soon. Sending you so much love, so many blessings, and bye for now. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the Obsidian Snake, which is probably my favorite crystal, and that's why it makes so many appearances. So, we are going to be looking at April 2022 forecast, and as a reminder, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know yourself best, and it's a forecast because I'm giving you information, not necessarily predictions, so keep that in mind. You are the co-creator of your life. And we have 3 cards. So we have theme, challenge, blessing. So let's take a look at the theme. King of Swords. Very interesting theme. Challenge, Queen of Pentacles. Very interesting. And blessing, the Chariot. Okay. So let's talk about the King of Swords. The King of Swords is my card of someone who is intelligent, logical, someone who's able to think clearly, someone who's able to remain as unbiased as humanly possible in certain situations, someone who is a very good leader, a good communicator, someone who truth matters to the King of Swords. And it's all about kind of finding a balance for the King of Swords. People think of the King of Swords and they think of someone who, I've kind of heard this description that the King of Swords is not necessarily in tune with his emotions. I tend to think that that's not necessarily true. I think that the King of Swords has reached the point where he's in tune with the emotions, but he's able to proceed with a clear head. He's able to take a pause, take a step back, and come at the situation with a clear, with a clear head, with not allow feelings to get the best of him. And the King of Swords is also very courageous, right? A leader, like I just said. So the theme for my pile number 3s is kind of this wisdom. You're connecting to wisdom. There's an opportunity for clarity, for truth, and for wisdom in April 2022. And there's almost a pursuit of it. I don't feel that this is going to be an overly emotional month. It feels like for most of you, at the very least, there's an attempt to kind of keep things in harmony, to keep things peaceful, to keep things at a level of calmness and rationale. And it's almost like April 2022, you're approaching things very logically. Or at least that's the theme, right? Because then we have the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles represents the challenge in this spread. And the challenge, the Queen of Pentacles is usually all about, healing. It's about work. It's about material abundance. It's about abundance in general. Someone who's very generous, someone who's very good at nurturing others and self, someone who focuses on family and community. But on the other side of that, the Queen of Pentacles can be a bit smothering, right? She's the mother of the tarot, but she's also, at least of the minor arcana, but she can be smothering at times, right? She can be a little bit too intense, a little bit too focused on what's happening. She can overindulge, she can be imbalanced. And sometimes she can focus a little bit too much on finances, on the material aspects of life. And then we have the Chariot as the blessing. And the Chariot is all about movement. But most importantly, it's about focused movement. It says, I am making strides to become who I want to be, to get to where I want to go. So, but let's go back to this Queen of Pentacles as the challenge. So for my pile number 3s, this month there may be some issues around finances, Perhaps you are feeling a little bit imbalanced. For some of you, you are struggling with balancing your work and life, work and home life. So perhaps, your job is taking up a little bit too much time. You're struggling to find time to spend, at home with the kids, to relax, to take care of yourself. There's also kind of this, for some of you, this sense of overindulgence. And I did get this energy, and it is Aries season, so that kind of makes sense. I did get this energy for another pile too, where it was kind of like, just be mindful. Don't overindulge too much, especially when it comes to money for this pile, or when it comes to making decisions, because we have the King of Swords here saying, remain objective. Sit back. Don't allow yourself to get too worked up. Kind of be like this King of Swords here, where he's just kind of sitting, he's meditating, he's allowing things to happen. He doesn't look like he's just reacting. But on the other hand of that, the blessing as the Chariot, there's definitely movement forward here on something. And for some of you, I feel like some part of the month may feel like something is not going to go your way, or there may be like some expenses coming up that you were not expecting. But then there's something else that comes in, and there may be like, if you have to spend money, for example, there may be some sort of quick money that comes in. Like maybe you weren't expecting it. Like maybe you were owed a check, or maybe you didn't even know you were owed some money and you get a check in the mail, or like you get somebody deposit money, or like if you have your own business, you make a big sale, or you find a new client, something along those lines. But again, there's kind of this sense of moving forward and being able to focus and being able to make progress towards a goal, dream, or part of your purpose. Like there's definitely progress here. But again, there may be a little bit of a setback towards the beginning of the month. And because I'm posting this a little bit later than I probably should have, maybe that has already resolved itself. Let's take a look at what needs to be surrendered. Surrender resentments. Holding on to resentments only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward towards positive situations in your life. Yeah, definitely for this month, my pile number 3s, definitely try to allow things to try to move through things. Don't hold on to them. Because it's almost, I keep getting the sense of like something doesn't go right, but then it kind of resolves itself. But make sure that you're not holding on to it, so that you see the opportunities as they show up and that you allow them to come in as well. But keep moving forward towards positive situations. And then we have kind of that message of, holding on to resentments and kind of making sure that you're not holding on to anything. That's very King of Swords energy. Let's see what we have as far as astrology, the influences for the month for you. Cancer, I feel. Very interesting. You know what's interesting? I said when I started the reading, I was looking at this and I was saying this King of Swords is all about remaining cool, objective. And I said, for some of you guys, you're not someone who lets emotions get the best of you. But I'm actually getting that it may be an emotional month for some of you, because we have the King of Swords as the theme. So saying, remain calm, cool, collected. But we have Cancer, which is feelings, and it's the moon, right? Because Cancer is related to that moon energy, where the moon is a little bit erratic. It's up and down. And we do have the Queen of Pentacles as the challenge, which again, it's all about, overindulgence, it's kind of the opposite of what the usual Queen of Pentacles would be when we look at it in that challenge position, where there may be, a little bit of erraticness to this, for this pile this month, especially with the Cancer, I feel. Now, look at where your Cancer is at in your natal chart, and especially in your transit chart. And we do have Chariot and Cancer. So again, changeable energy, a lot of movement this month. And I feel like some things are going to be a little bit unexpected. Like you weren't expecting it, boom, it happens. And then you weren't expecting something else. But it feels like there's kind of, towards the beginning or towards the middle, there's something that happens that's not what you were expecting, and it may not be seen as great. But then there's progress, and it works out. It somehow works out is what I'm getting. Let's take a look at your animal for the month. And we have Mouse. You're overlooking some important details, so pay closer attention to what's going on. Yeah. Especially with that Cancer there, right? And the King of Swords, what did I say? Remaining unbiased. Being able to look at things, being logical about things, being discerning. And now we have Mouse. This is a month where you need to make sure that you are dotting your I's and crossing your T's. Double check yourself. Especially if you're feeling this Cancer I feel energy, which is kind of that like very charged, overwhelming energy. Like if you're feeling a little bit, especially at work, double check your work. Double check anything. If you're signing any contracts, double check that. Double check your spending as well. Make sure that you're balancing that checkbook, right? Make sure that you're looking in your account and making sure that you have enough. Let's look at the goddess that we have here for you. Eruzli Frida, and it says Frida, loving guidance, and it says you are valuable, you are deserving. There is unending love available for you. So again, you are valuable, you are deserving. There is unending love available for you. And this is loving guidance. For some of you this month, definitely taking time to meditate, to connect to your higher self, to your spirit guides, to your angels, to friendships, to people that care about you and that you care about them. A reminder here, you are valuable. No matter what's happening physically, tangibly with your money, with a career, you are valuable and you are deserving. Keep that energy, keep reminding of yourself of that. Because there's something here about something, again, not kind of quite going your way, maybe losing something or having to have some extra expenditures or, something not going exactly how you planned, but there's also progress here. And keep in mind that you can create, that you are lovable, you are deserving. That keeps coming up. Let's take a look at money and career and see what we have here. The past. Something from the past is coming back, perhaps an old job or an unfinished project. Look to the past to understand the future, a lesson, an experience, or an old skill. You could be earning or receiving money from something you did in the past. Didn't I say, like, for some of you, it's like maybe you have to spend something, but then, like, money comes in? If this is about money, it's almost like you have something unexpected happen, but something comes in. And I kind of said maybe, like, you get a check about something. I don't know. For some of you, pile number 3 is I feel like somebody may be getting a check. Like, maybe it's like you left a job and they owe you money, or maybe you, like, I don't know, you paid extra on something, or you're owed a rebate on something, but there may be money coming in. There may be some money coming in. Let's take a look at romance angels. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. And we have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So I'm going to be honest, I'm not getting too much romance here. With that free yourself, I think this is a month where you're focusing on yourself, on what it is that you want, on making progress on the things that matter to you. And with the romantic feelings, with your feelings are real and worth exploring, I feel like this is kind of, we have the Cancer there, we have the Chariot, we have Queen of Pentacles, and we have the King of Swords. I think this is kind of about you connecting to yourself and balancing yourself out, if you will. If you are in a relationship, I'm not really getting any messages. I know some of you are definitely in relationships, but it feels like kind of pretty status quo. I don't feel anything major coming up. This feels like it's about the self. Like, this feels like I pulled the cards and Spirit is like, no, we're talking about self this month, so this is why these cards are coming out. Let's look at self-care for the month of April 2022. And look at this. Snake, which is all about, healing, divine feminine energy, shedding the old. Make a meal. Pile number 3, April 2022, make sure that you are taking care of yourself, your body, nourishing yourself. We did have that Queen of Pentacles there, and the Queen of Pentacles is all about, self-care. nurturing. You know, and that translates to eating the right meals. So for some of you, especially if it feels like a very, it feels like a harder month, make sure that you're eating healthy and make sure that you're nourishing yourself and you're taking care of yourself. For some of you, you may be starting some sort of new eating routine or like eating habits. Maybe you realize that something is not working for you and it's not helping you feel great and you're going to try some, I don't want to say diet. I don't like the word and I don't feel like it's necessarily a diet, but it's some form of eating some different things, some new meals or some new, I guess I have to say diet, some new nutritional diet. And then we have energy work. Yeah, working with your energy. Some of you, this is a great month to get some Reiki, IET, working with your chakras this month, checking in with your energy, grounding yourself, because it feels like there may be a lot happening this month. Ground yourself, my pile number 3s. Because there's a lot of healing happening. Let's take a look at the affirmations here. Magic. I believe in magic. I see evidence of it all the time. And though the tricks can probably be explained away by something sensible and ordinary, I'd rather not ruin the fun. Other people can fill their days with mere coincidence. I'll fill mine with, holy crap, that's unbelievable. Yeah, be mindful of how you approach the month as well. Right? Believing is, what is it? Believing is seeing, and it's not seeing is believing, right? Believing is seeing for this pile. That's what we're believing in, right? That's what we're going to choose. And no need to do. I am exactly where I need to be. Exactly where I need to be. There's nothing more I need to do. I mean, yes, there will always be laundry and taxes, but in terms of my life's path, I don't need to do anything because I am already here. I take a deep breath, relax, and trust, and then do the laundry. Yeah, you're exactly where you're meant to be. Trust that. Definitely trust that you are exactly where you are meant to be, that all is well. Especially if it feels like you're kind of being set back, because it almost feels like a little bit of a setback. But you are exactly where you're meant to be. Obviously, you know, like it says, we may have to do some taxes, some laundry, but you know what? For some of you, the setback, that Queen of Pentacles, may be that you may owe some taxes and you may have to pay it. But then there's like something else coming in its place, because it feels, for most of you, it feels financially, like it feels financial to me. I don't know, that just stood out to me. That may not be the case for everyone, of course, but maybe one or two of you that's the case. Keep that in mind, but that's kind of the sort of thing that I'm getting may happen. All right, pile number 3. Thank you so much for being here. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Share it if you think it's worth sharing. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Let me know what you'd like to see next in the comments. I am sending you so much love, so many blessings, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now.